Dragon Ball Super, Chapter 21, titled Ultra Instinct, continues the showdown between imperfect Ultra Instinct Goku and a finally powered up Jiren. And as it's quickly found out, Goku in this form is able to swiftly dodge Jiren's attacks or even just make it so that they only hit 9 non-vital spots. You know, Goku is slowly adapting to this power and is able to escape everything that Jiren tries to throw at him. And as time goes on, Jiren starts talking more and he starts growing increasingly more frustrated. Like, why can't I hit you? Stop dodging, that's not fair. Basically, honestly, Jiren comes off a little whiny in this chapter. Meanwhile, Goku continues to state that his heart has become serene, as still as the crystal clear streams on Mount Pazu, which I think is a nice little reference. But Jiren continues to, postulate and power up and shell out more energy and stuff like that. Meanwhile, Goku just takes this all in stride, and he fully lets himself be taken over by Ultra Instinct, so that when Jiren goes in for a crushing blow, we have this nice little callback to Goku's fight with Piccolo Jr., where he punched him right in the gut, completely shocking him. And Jiren's just left stunned by the massive punch to his vitals. And everyone notes, and Beerus begrudgingly says that Goku has finally mastered Ultra Instinct. However, Jiren is unwilling to fall to his knees and jumps in to continue his volley of attacks. He becomes increasingly more aggravated with this whole situation as Goku continues to duck, dodge, and weave between Jiren's blows and gets in some savagely brutal attacks on Jiren, just right in the gut every time, just taking the win right out of Jiren. And Jiren ultimately just sends out this massive blast that Goku dodges with ease. Vegeta only barely manages to dodge, it's like, oh shit, 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 and just ducks for cover, and it just cuts right through the audience stand, with everyone just being like, oh my god. However, Goku just keeps going in and sends off this Kamehameha point blank on Jiren that just drills him right through the other side of the arena. And everyone thinks that Jiren has been knocked out of the ring. However, it is noted by Vados that Jiren is still hanging on the underside of the ring, just barely. And he jumps back through, just whining about the fact that it's just like taking advantage of an opponent's openings. That's not true strength. Like, no, Jiren, that's actually martial arts. Martial arts is all about doing stuff like that, taking advantage of your opponent's blind spots and, dodging their attacks, going in for their vitals with more precision strikes. That is the essence of martial arts. So, no, Jiren, that is strength. You know, just because you can't beat him doesn't mean you can whine about, him cheating or some BS like that. However, as time goes on and they continue to go at it, it starts to become clear that Jiren is rebounding more quickly from Goku's strikes. And Whis even points out that they don't know the upper limit of Jiren's abilities, and they don't know how long Goku can be in his mastered Ultra Instinct form, because Goku has only just recently tapped into this power. It's not like he's had the training in order to be able to maintain this state of mind. And that's quickly shown in the fact that Jiren is catching up, managing to catch Goku in various attacks. throwing him around and stuff like that. And ultimately, Jiren is able to just, you know, you know, start spouting out that he'll never lose to the likes of him, and they start to enter into the super speed kind of fighty realm that they go into when the person's tired of actually drawing their fight out. However, Whis notes that Goku has taken a savage blow that takes him out of Ultra Instinct and almost out of the ring if not for the intervention of Vegeta, who notes at the fact that it's just like, man, wasn't Ultra Instinct supposed to be this instant win button thing? But Goku notes it's just like, I don't have enough training for that. Jiren states that he does everything in the name of justice and in the name of his master, which Vegeta takes note of, and questions what Jiren's wish will be. And he says that it will be to revive his master, Gichin. Topo notes that this is, back when Jiren was still training in an up and cover, his master refused to acknowledge him as his successor, and felt that, this is probably what's been driving Jiren all up until this time. The fact that his master never really acknowledged his strength, or saw him as a worthy person to succeed him. And Dispo kind of knows. It's just like he never thought that Jiren, Jiren always acts so altruistic, but he has a very human side to him, a very, very simple wants and needs. And that's just validation by the person he respected the most. Although Vegeta takes an immediate dig at this, it's just like, oh, did you want Master to acknowledge you and give you a pat on the head, maybe a juice box and a cookie, Jiren? And this Jiren just loses it and goes in on the two of them like a freight train, just barreling down on them. And Vegeta is just like, yep, nope, not having any of that. Goku, let's take them together. Like Kakarot, let's take them together. He's gotten a lot weaker, but so have we. So if we double team him, we should be able to make these last 3 minutes count. And it's noted that Vegeta has basically thrown away his pride just for the sake of victory. And it's true. It's just like, well, if you're facing immediate erasure and a guy who's even too strong for Goku in a form that's insanely capable, then you might as well just go all in. Personal feelings be damned. And Vermouth even kind of notes this. It's just like, if you fight together, you're able to draw out a power that you weren't able to alone. And Gurchin had actually stated that. And that's the reason why he never really acknowledged Jiren. It's just like, it wasn't the fact that he had great strength, it's just the fact that he sucks when it comes to teamwork. And that's the thing. A lot of the times, a lot of things that I just my biggest problem with a lot of shonen is that you have these big, powerful, villainous characters, and one's supposed to be more powerful than the last. But if the main character can constantly just get a power boost, take him down, get a power boost, take him down, get a power boost, take him down, it's just like, well, then you leave a lot of the side characters in the dust. You end up making get a feeling of power creep, where it's just like, does power really even mean anything anymore if you just know that the main character's gonna take them down, and so on and so forth. But if you can create an environment where it's just like, you have to team up with someone in order to take down this villain, or you have to team up with more and more characters to take down the opponent, it shows that this opponent really is that strong because you need help in order to take them out. That feels like a more plausible thing, to, at least to me, in order to show off that a dude can be as powerful as he wants to be. But once he starts throwing hands with more than one person, it's just like, they start taking advantage of the openings of that person. That's why in kung fu movies and stuff like that, where all the you have this big crowd of dudes and the one guy's taking him out. He's taking him out because the idiots are attacking one at a time. Get in some coordinated attacks and just start going in, and it's just like the other dude be done. And that ends up be Weiss and Beers ends up calling out Weiss that this is probably what he wanted all along and has been teaching them. If they attack together, they'd be unstoppable. And that's been a frequent thing in Dragon Ball Super. It's just like if Goku and Vegeta would just work together, they would be unbeatable. But they have too much pride as Saiyans in order to do so. And that always ends up being their downfall. And it took the damn near end of the universe to finally get them to work cooperatively together. It's not like we've never seen this before, especially during times of fusion and stuff like that. It's just that they're finally putting something that Whis has been teaching them from since day one to actual good use. And that's where our chapter comes to an end. So ultimately, I do enjoy a little bit more of Jiren's backstory and his reasoning behind a lot of things. We never it never felt like we truly understood what Jiren wanted, but here it's just like, okay, it's very selfish, and I kind of like that for the most part, that it's just like, I want to be acknowledged by my master, although it's kind of pathetic at the same time. But everyone carries a little bit of baggage with them, so, it probably was a more serious moment for him, and it's allowed him to get this strong. So, you can't really knock his convictions. Though I do really enjoy the fact that Goku and Vegeta ended up helping each other out during this battle, just going at Jiren as much as they can. We still have Frieza still lurking around somewhere too, so even if they only are able to just wear him down, Jiren would probably have to still contend with Frieza, who, with a weakened Jiren, he might actually manage to do something. But hey, tell me your thoughts on this chapter in the comment section below. What did you think about Master Ultra Instinct? What did you think about Jiren going in and his, recent newer convictions, as it were? What do you think about Goku and Vegeta going in, double teaming him 2-on-1, just like they did with their train with Whis, which shows them to be a little more coordinated than anyone would have thought. I really do love that moment. It's just like, yeah, there they go. And ultimately, who do you think will win the Tournament of Power? Though, if you watch the anime, you should very much know who wins the Tournament of Power. But let's see if anything really changes in the next chapter. So if you liked this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, leave me a dislike and tell me what I've been doing wrong. And subscribe for more chapters of Dragon Ball Super. Thanks for joining me.